speaking of goals and maybe even exceeding the goals, I mean, Cowboys lose their starting tailback in the summer, then they lose their starting quarterback in the fall, and here they are, the longest franchise winning streak with a rookie tailback and a rookie quarterback. What do you think when you see that?
Well, it's highly unusual.
Yeah.
But I think you've got the quarterback. He's got the most pressure. His job is the toughest job on the team. I mean, there's no question about that. The quarterbacks deserve everything they get. I mean, they deserve every honor that they get. They have to think and do and have certain talents that most of us don't have.
No.
And there's a sixth sense involved in the great ones. And Roger had that, and Dak has that. But the Montanas had that, and the great ones.
That's heady praise for a rookie quarterback. But he appears.
He's got that. He's also got a great work ethic and study. And anytime you see this, that means he's pointing to Jesus. That doesn't mean I'm number one. And anytime you see that on the NFL field, that's the person that's giving God the glory. So it's not, what a lot of people think. They're just saying I'm number one. A lot of people tell me that. I said, no, they're pointing to Jesus. I said, you got it all wrong.
Yeah.
I said, I've been around this game a long time, and that's what it is. But not everybody's born with that. Some people are born to be a defensive lineman. I mean, that was my instinct.
That was your instinct. You weren't going to be the quarterback.
I would have hated to be an offensive lineman.
Really?
I could not have stood. I wouldn't have played. I don't think I would have. I could not have stayed out there 2 years. But defense is totally different. You're going after somebody. You're not trying to kill them, but you're going after them, and it's a game that you play with each other.
Sure.
It's a game within a game, and this is like a multiple chess game. Football is. It's totally different than what people think. The quarterback has to see all that. He has to know what his whole team's going to do, and then in a crowd, like you see him, he's hollering at the guys and telling them the crowd noise is loud. He's got to get all that done in like 5 seconds, and then he's got to get the ball, and he's got to know where, then he's got to look at the field when he's passing and see where the people are.
Who's going to come up?
1, 2, 3, 4. Most quarterbacks when they're young, they'll look at one, and then they'll start to look at two, and then they'll take off running.
Yeah, we're here with Spirituality in Sports, and our guest today is Bob Lilly. What does Dak have? I mean, he is a rookie in the NFL. You're not supposed to be able to do what he's doing. I mean, certainly not drafted where he was drafted. I mean, they would draft a Peyton Manning early on, but his numbers. What does Dak have that allows him to be successful at that NFL level where he's making those quick choices?
He has everything. He's got size. He's perfect size, 6'2", a little better, about 220 pounds. He's a great athlete. He's got good speed, very good speed. Got a good arm, got a fabulous mind. But he's got the sixth sense also. That's the extra gift. That's where you see what all's going on, and he's only going to get better. I mean, he's learning. I mean, don't get me wrong, he's still learning.
Oh, yeah.
But there are a few little things once he learns them, and they're not far away. With his running ability, he's got great running ability. And some of the people that are blitzing him now will be sorry they did that next year.
Yeah.
Because he will see that.
He'll take advantage of it.
And he'll learn to just wait and then take off at the last minute and make 30 yards.
Yeah.
After you do that 3 or 4 times, they quit.
The defenses figure out this is not helping our.
That's the only thing he's learning right now. That's his latest thing to learn. And they've thrown everything at him that you could throw at a rookie.
Yeah.
They haven't phased him yet. He does have a good offensive line. We do have a
phenomenal
wonderful
running back Ezekiel Elliott.
Good. But we've had, our wide receivers have been injured and they've come back but the thing I see is that he has been, one of the most important things about Dak is that he has been, they've rallied around him.
Yeah.
The team has, not only offense, but the defense. They have really rallied around him because he works hard. He is a studier. He is a hard worker. He is grasping things. He is working. He's not a smart aleck. He's a very humble person.
Yeah.
And I just think
I've noticed he's turned down some opportunities, even just to focus on football. And speaking of some opportunities, a guy who may stay with the Cowboys ultimately, but Tony Romo, I've always felt like as an observer that Tony Romo has been a phenomenal quarterback for Dallas. He's literally given his body for the franchise. I mean, he's playing with a fused back. He literally has broken bones for the franchise. And sometimes the fans have been sometimes a little bit less than charitable because he's not necessarily come away with a ring, but he's well loved. One thing I noticed is a lot of fans were, what if he comes back? They were almost they wanted him to come back, but they didn't want him to. And Romo came out and had one of the really great press conferences and really great statements, I thought, from a football and a human perspective. He basically said, this is Dak's team. What when you saw that, what did you think?
Well,
I was impressed.
I thought he's really humbling himself.
Yeah.
But he is a Christian too.
Yeah.
I know that. And he totally understands. But Tony, it's like Tony's, I think, holds all the records now of the Cowboys.
He's
quarterbacks.
been a phenomenal quarterback.
The thing that happened, during a quarterback's tenure,
Sure.
and I think he's been with the Cowboys for 14 years. But he's started maybe the last 9 or 10 or 11 years, I'm not sure exactly. But, the offensive line wasn't fully, it was pretty good year before last. And last year they had several of them that were injured. But the offensive line this year is probably, they've got enough people that they're pretty solid.
Well, they got Elliott now. I mean, they have the pieces that Romo didn't have.
Elliott, who is very dependable, obviously.
Right.
And most of our running backs have never been able to go at that rate, except Emmett. Emmett was an exception, but he and Emmett are a lot alike. But Tony never had all the components, maybe, at one time to have this kind of streak, because I think Tony has ability. He always had a lot of ability. Tony always had a lot. He had good energy, but he also was humorous,
right,
and a very very nice person. And the teammates all loved him, and they still do. And Tony may have his chance again. You never know what's going to happen.
Well, Prescott could get hurt in a week.
I will tell you that another thing that impressed me a lot was I was watching the game, and Prescott had a cup of water, and he tossed it over, and he missed the wastebasket. And he was just sitting there, and he looked back, and he saw it. He just got up and went over and got the cup, put it in the wastebasket, came back.
Dak did. He got up and got what he dropped.
These guys, Tony is down to earth. Dak is down to earth. They're just people. They're just good people. I'm very proud of them. I hope they can just go all the way.